Hello, this is Mrs. Brown, and today we're going to talk about proportional and non-proportional relationships. Now, a proportional relationship has a constant ratio or unit rate when you're looking at it. And remember, a rate is, we write it like a fraction. So if it's 1 over 4, that's 1/4. If you look at this example, 2/8 is equivalent to 1/4 when you simplify it. 3/12 is equivalent to 1/4 when you simplify it, and 10/40 is equivalent to 1/4 when you simplify it. So it has a constant ratio. It's the same each time, so therefore it's proportional. When you look at a non-proportional relationship, it's not a constant ratio. So if I look at 1 to 5, and then I look at the next one, it's 2 to 8, that simplifies to 1/4, which is not the same as 1/5. And 3/11 doesn't simplify, and 4/14 is 2/7. Now, at first glance, this is one that might trip you up because you might notice there's a pattern of it's increasing by 3 each time. But that doesn't mean it's a proportional relationship, even if it's a sequence or a pattern, because you have to have a constant ratio. And this example does not. So watch out for that and make sure that you're looking at the ratio and not just whether or not there's a pattern, okay? So let's take a look at an example and see if we can tell if this is a proportional relationship. It says a toilet uses 1.6 gallons of water to flush. Complete the table. Is this a relationship proportional? Okay, so if we're looking the number of flushes of 1, so each one is going to be 1.6. So if there's 2 flushes, that's 2 times 1.6, which is 3.2. If there's 3, that's 3 times 1.6, which would be 4.8. And if I do 4 times 1.6 is going to be 6.4. And in fact, if I actually look at each of these, they are constant ratios. This is 1 over 1.6. If I were to take this and divide both of these by 2, guess what? It's still 1 over 1.6. So I have that same constant ratio. Now, this isn't a unit rate. I could find those, but just looking at it, I'm changing by the same rate each time. So if it's changing by the same rate each time, then these are going to be equivalent rates if I'm starting with the original. Now, if I had an example where, like the first one, I was changing at a rate of, say, 4, whatever it is, but I started out with the first relationship with 3, and then I'm adding 4 each time, well, that's not going to be a constant ratio because the next time 2/7 is not going to be the same as 1/3. And so if I'm starting out with something different, that's going to affect it. But when I'm starting out with what my rate is, the 1 to 1.6, it's going to change by the same amount each time because I'm just increasing by that same amount. Okay? So let's look at another example and see if we can tell if these are proportional or not. Okay? So I've got 2 examples of movie tickets. And for the matinee, everybody's ticket costs the same. So we're trying to figure out if either of these are proportional, and if one of them is, or both of them, how we know it's proportional. So when you look at the cost of a matinee, it's 1 to 6, 2 to 12, 3 to 18, 4 to 24. If I were to say simplify 2/12, that's the same as 1/6. If I am going to simplify 3/18, again, that's the same as 1/6, and the same for 4/24. It's all the same ratio. Since it's a constant ratio, this one is in fact proportional. Okay, let's look at here. It says the cost of one adult ticket plus a child ticket or tickets, depending. So we got the number of children plus the cost. So this is an adult plus either 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, so on. So if I look, I've got 1 to 22. If I take my 2 to 32, which is the next one, and try to simplify it, it comes out to 1/16, which is not equivalent. And so if I do that for the next one, 3/42s, that's 1/14. So again, it's not equivalent. What's happening? The cost of an adult ticket is different than the cost of a child's ticket. So therefore, since I have that one adult ticket, I didn't start out with the same rate, that 10, like as if I were looking at the relationship, it's going up $10 each time for each kid. So that means the adult ticket is $12. Since it's 12 and not 10, it's not the same. It's going to not be that constant ratio each time because of the fact that the adult ticket cost more and we started out with that. Okay. If everybody's was all the same and we just started out with one person and then two people and three people like we did on the matinee, it'd be proportional. But this one is not. So non-proportional because it is not the same amount each time. Okay. I hope this helps and have a great day.